Going on? It's your boy Sermon at Sermon's Domain on Twitter. French Montana is back with yet another mixtape, Wave Gods, hosted by Max B. French did an interview on The Breakfast Club this morning where he says that his long-awaited sophomore album, Mac and Cheese 4, is coming out in March. I'm taking it with a grain of salt just because we've had release dates in December of 2014, February 2015, and October 30th, 2015. So all those dates were supposed to be Mac and Cheese 4. They came and went. And on top of that, French doesn't have really a big single. I feel like he needs something big. He's not just going to throw the album out, and it's less than a month away. So I'm not really looking towards March as being an actual date, but we shall see. Getting into Wave Gods, I thought it was cool that Max B is back hosting it. I really love the chemistry between French and Max. I really wish they could make more music together. With Max being on the outside, I really wish they could do, Coke Wave 3. I really love Coke Wave 1 and 2. But hearing them host a project is a nice little, a nice little taste. And overall, though, I feel like it didn't really do too much for the actual product. I think the interludes were okay. They were cool from here and there, but I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the whole recording over the phone from jail type of thing because sometimes it's hard to hear, and I don't know. Max B just wasn't saying a whole lot. I think the intro is like the best part for hearing Max. The intro itself is kind of French, updating everybody on like his recent activities. He says he took some time off after Chinks' passing, and he kind of addresses like don't sign it, how people were telling him don't sign the Diddy, that's gonna ruin his career. But he didn't listen. He wanted to do what he wanted to do. He thought the situation was right, and it's just like a little intro. I think Chris Brown is at the end of it, but it's weird because it's not credited. He's not credited on that record, and then I believe K Camp is on Man of the City, or Man of My City, and I gotta talk about that record because I did not like that record at all. I feel like it sounds like 50 Cent's I'm the Man, the record he did with Sunny Digital recently that is kind of becoming a single. And I listened to the record, and I don't know, I just expect more out of French Montana, Travis Scott, and Big Sean. I think they have the potential to do a lot bigger record. So I'm not really too good about that record. I think Holy Moly is really what happens when you just kind of throw annoying phrases together. I know the term Holy Moly, but I've always hated that term, and I don't think it really translates into a record that is memorable. Here's my take on the entire mixtape. If he would have done the mixtape would have been an EP. I think it could be a future classic. And I say that because Wave God's intro into, let me see, what was track 2? Hold on. Into Miley Cyrus featuring Future, and then into Sanctuary 2. And it's kind of weird that Sanctuary 2 is very similar to Sanctuary 1. I like the beat a lot. I don't think I really got into the original Sanctuary. So it's nice that he brought it back because the beat is amazing. Black Metaphor is a very slept on producer. But aside from that, it was kind of like, why did you just kind of use the same beat? I don't know. I was kind of confused with that. But it's still a good record. I think French Montana, obviously he can't sing, but you throw on a little auto-tune and you get into this vibe and it gets infectious. It's one of those records that it gets stuck in your head. So there's that record, and then Figure It Out featuring Kanye West and Nas. If he would have ended the whole project there, I think it could be a future classic because those 4 records right there are amazing. They're like some of the best French Montana records I've heard in a long time. But unfortunately, he doesn't stop right there. He keeps going, and I feel like a lot of the second half, a lot of the mixtape past that record just really wasn't hitting to me. I mean, you got a record like Lockjaw with Kodak Black, and I'm not a big fan of Kodak, so I wasn't really too into the record. I think the one record on the second half that I really did like was Old Man Wildin', and that's because I like anytime that you hear Puff Daddy on a record. You know, he's gonna talk his talk and he's gonna have a little bit of fun. And then Jadakiss is on the record. He killed it. It made me think like that record in particular was crafted around the time that Puff was doing his Money Making Mitch mixtape. And before we wrap this up, I really wanted to go back to Figure It Out. I wanted to highlight that record because I think it's the best on that mixtape. Figure It Out. Kanye West sounds amazing on it. It's like a nice little soulful sample, and I think Kanye sounds at his best on that. And then you have Nas. Nas is somebody who is a veteran. He's a legend, and he's still to this day, killing features. He's been on a run lately. I don't know how many people have been really peeping what Nas has been doing, but Nas has been on a run with the guest features. I don't think he's getting enough credit. I mean, look at 2015. He was on records with Rick Ross, Jeezy, Madonna, Dave East, and a whole bunch of others. And I think he's really slowly kind of looking to build that anticipation for this next album. And every verse I've heard makes me go, where's the album, Nas? We need the album. Come on. So I really like that record, and I'm also kind of confused. If your album, if Mac and Cheese 4 is coming out like French said, why would you not save this record? The only reason I can think he wouldn't want to save the record is sample clearances. But I don't know. I would kind of work around that because that's a big record just to throw out there on mixtape. Kanye West and Nas, who really just throws out records featuring Kanye West and Nas? And I know French was talking about the creation of the record and how he was waiting a long time to get this Nas verse. So I don't know. I think that's a little bit disappointing. Like, you just kind of threw it out there on a mixtape. And French has a big mixtape collection, so who knows where Wave Gods will end up in, you know, rankings and, you know, just the memorabilia, the memorable factor. But that's my thoughts on Wave Gods. Like I said, it'd be better as an EP. I would love to know your thoughts on Wave Gods in the comment section below. And then like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, share the video. Follow me on Twitter at Sermons Domain. And as always, thank you for your time. I appreciate you for watching. Until next time, peace.